All right. Taurus. Lord, what advice can you provide, Taurus? Lord, what advice can you provide, Taurus, spring 2021? Nice. Lord, what advice can you provide, Taurus? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Taurus, I definitely see there being I definitely see there being a big celebration. You know, a lot of happiness. This can be a marriage. This can be you know, a baby shower that's maybe, you know, very, very important to you. Maybe for a sibling or something like that. I feel it has something to do with family. You have the history card here. But yeah, major celebrations within either within the family or with someone who possibly wasn't a part of your life for a long time. Yeah, you have this this man in this card here. He looks to be riding what looks like a griffin, and it looks like the griffin is putting the brakes on, like they were running, and now he put his feet out in front of him to slow down. So yeah, it's possible that, you know, this being the history card, maybe there was something that was you know, going along kind of nicely, but then came to a stop, perhaps. You have the Nine of Wands here. Yeah, the Nine of Wands definitely talks about well, you certainly want something. There's certainly something that's on your mind that you can't shake. You know, no matter what happens, you're still putting work, energy into this. Yeah, I feel this has something to do with emotions. You know, the Nine of Wands is ruled by the moon, specifically the moon in Sag. So yeah, you may be dealing with someone who has a lot of Sag in their chart, possibly someone who lives far away from you, possibly someone who is very, very intelligent, very wise. You know, Sages are known to be very good philosophers, so perhaps you know, this person has strong opinions on faith or you know, God, you know, what have you. But whatever the case may be, I definitely feel like there's a lot of emotions tied into this. A lot of emotions, but also a lot of passion and a lot of desire. You know, were it not there, we would not be at the Nine of Wands. But yeah, I do feel like there's possibly something that is standing in the way, possibly not allowing you to pursue this the way that you want, or do something exactly the way that you want to do it. Yeah, this celebration here, this you may be celebrating something that you started or you know, initiated or something like that a long time ago. You know, could be weeks, months, years, but a while ago. Interesting. Maybe dealing with a Sagittarius, someone who has strong Sag in their charts. Yeah, possibly dealing with someone who has a moon in Sagittarius. You're dealing with Cancer, possibly Pisces. Someone who has strong Cancer, Pisces, Sag in their chart. Wow. So from the Nine of Wands, you have the Nine of Coin. So yeah, if this is concerning work, because this can be concerning work. You know, we do, a lot of us who have families, you know, we do tie work in with family, with emotions. You know, these people who you love depend on you, so you know, this can very well have something to do with work as well, not just, you know, emotions. I say that because you have the Nine of Coin here. You know, Nine of Coin is a very, very good card. Arguably the most auspicious, you know, money cards you can get. You know, does indicate having more money than you need. Possibly being able to now, you know, do things that you were hoping you would be able to. Possibly due to the celebration. You know, this can be possible windfall of money, or maybe an inheritance or something like that. I don't know. Probably wouldn't be celebrating an inheritance, but yeah, this is the card of financial independence. But it can also be you being independent from something that maybe has been, you know, bothering you, possibly annoying you. It can be a person, something physical, something in this physical world. You know, roommate, neighbor, something like that. This can also very, very much indicate that, you know, you've possibly implemented something in the past regarding your diet, your health, you know, what you put into your body, perhaps your schedule, your workout routine. You know, this is 6th house here. Yeah, perhaps you made some changes at work or with your schedule that is really proving to be beneficial, or made some changes at work that are proving to be very beneficial. That will, at the very least, if you're not here right now, but at the very least, you know, this will lead to financial independence. You know, we have these two birds here. They, you know, they can fly wherever they want to. So yeah, I definitely feel like this introduces this new level of freedom, possible acclaim. You know, this woman looks to be very well known. For some of you guys, this may indicate having gone through maybe a breakup or something like that, and you know, holding on to it, being very confident that it will come back. This may be possibly stressing about something, and you know, this, whatever this is concerning, gets lifted somehow, possibly by magic, as if by magic. You know, you do have the celebration card here. Yeah, there's great, I feel like there's a grand completion, you know, taking place here with the history card, and then you have these 2 9s and the celebration card as well. You have these 2 9s, and then this card up here is number 29. so yeah, I feel like there's definitely an ending here, or possibly someone starting to tie up loose ends. Being very happy. Yeah, it's possible something was at one point off to the races, but had to come to a stop. Possibly there was more work that had to be put in. Maybe you weren't ready, or this person wasn't ready, if this is concerning a partnership. Or something at work, you know, wasn't ready. You had to hit the brakes and put in some work, put in some extra work. But I feel like whatever it is that you put in, whatever it is that you added to this, was worth it. Yeah, I definitely see there having been a break from something, or slow down. Lord of advice, can you provide Taurus? Taurus. Lord, what advice can you provide Taurus? Taurus, Taurus. Wow. So Taurus, you have the Ten of Swords. You know, the Ten of Swords is, it's certainly one of the most transformative cards that that someone can experience. You know, it does point towards, you know, in the Nine of Swords, pinpointing exactly what it is in your life that you need to remove, regardless of how difficult it may be, or regardless of how long it's been in your life. History card here. You know, the Ten of Swords is successfully defeating it, you know, defeating the shadow side of yourself that has been maybe slowing you down. You know, it can be anything, but but yeah, it usually does point towards, you know, taking the initiative and knowing better than to allow this to continue, you know, in your life. Interesting. Yeah, whatever this was, maybe had some detrimental effects on your perhaps your siblings, your neighbors, your community. This may have something to do with the car, you know, with the third house here, and you have this. He's riding this this griffin here, and it came to a stop. But overall, this is very good. You know, right behind him, there is this this arch that's open, and you can see the sun out there and clouds, and it's beautiful. You know, it's possible that someone is maybe. I mean, you know, Tauruses are, you know, very stubborn. We're not the biggest fans of removing things from our lives. And we're also the last to admit that, okay, this thing is not good for me. Traditionally, Taurus is like that. Taurus that has a lot of Taurus in their chart. Not Taurus that has a lot of Gemini, or Taurus that has a lot of Aries. Just Taurus. So yeah, you know, we do tend to be more upset about changes that we need to implement, especially when it's something that has been in our lives and potentially causes us happiness. You know, you guys have to remember that nothing changes if nothing changes. You know, if we don't implement things in our lives that, you know, or if we don't implement change into our lives, add things that are healthier, you know, more in line with our dream, with our future. You know, if we don't do it, it's going to slow us down big time. But if we do it, we will, not only will it speed it up, but, you know, that's going to be the smallest reward. You know, the universe never forgets. It always rewards you for putting in the effort and trying. You know, trying to improve yourself. Yeah, if you guys are having a hard time trying to let something go, I highly recommend looking into emotional freedom technique, which is EFT, also known as tapping. There's a lot of really good channels that have good information on that. There's a lot of express ways to do tapping. Tapping is pretty much, it's like Americanized acupuncture. There are certain meridians all over your body that that help with the control of desire, you know, of especially if you're addicted to something. This is very, very helpful with that. Literally, they have special methods that take maybe 20 seconds to do. One involves holding a wrist, then tapping here a few times. So yeah, look into that. I'm certain it will help you. You know, there are scientific studies behind this. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. You know, insurance companies just recently started covering these metaphysical therapies like Reiki, acupuncture, acupressure, reflexology. Yeah, it's starting to occur to them that maybe there's something to this. Yeah. Pull one more card for you guys. you have the Ten of Wands here. So, usually, the Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands going into the Ten of Wands. I use the Ten of Wands as something coming to a boiling point, something having to change, unless you're a big fan of conflict or something like that. Yeah, it's up to you. But the Ten of Wands, the good thing about the Ten of Wands is it brings us to this point of us not being able to take it anymore, and possibly trying to find advice. Usually in the form of spiritual advice. The card, I certainly see that as a representation of it. It's ninth house, the house of religion, spirituality. So yeah, it's possible some of you guys have just been under so much pressure, and the answer to this, to your the answer to this going away is meditating, is talking to God and asking him for advice, for help on how you can manage this. If you have a problem eating or something like that, ask him to put you in situations where there, isn't food or, whatnot. But definitely work with him, because while it will happen, it is ultimately up to you. Yeah. Yeah, the celebration card here is the same exact color palette as this scene behind him, past these arches when you go outside with the sun and the clouds. Very similar color palette. You have the Eight of Coin. Yeah, the Eight of Coin is certainly the card of working on yourself. It is the sixth house. Yeah, very good. You have two cards of Virgo here. So, health, organization, your schedule is definitely emphasized here. Virgo I always associate as the sign of helping others. And especially in this card here, you have this man who's in this gear, and he is spinning it, and he's causing all these other gears to spin. So I feel that there's a lot, potentially there's a lot of people who depend on you, or a lot depends on you, possibly removing something from your life in order to have something that will make you feel regretful for not having done it before. Yeah, I feel wherever this is, it will possibly help people, help you, but help people. For example, if you're a boss or something like that, by implementing some sort of change into your life, your business will possibly run much more smoothly, and your employees will make more money, and their families will be happier, and yeah, very good. I feel there's also, this card reminds me, this card always reminds me that there's always something more to learn. You can always become a little bit better at something. Hopefully something that you love doing, but, at the very least, you'll be making more money if it's not something you love doing. Yeah, very good. Well, I definitely see you being very happy at the end. Yeah, celebrating. In this history card here, it looks as if, like, it's gray, blackish, like it's kind of fading, and this griffin, again, trying to, break with his feet. I feel like it, it does kind of show me that this history is coming to an end. You won't be thinking about it quite as much. It won't be affecting you quite as much as it did before. The history with this still in your life before it got tackled. Yeah. Yeah, very good. All right. All right, Taurus. Thank you so much.